Gravy. What's up, Twan? Shout out to the congregation.
Hey, yes,
You got
sir.
the you got the Tim Brown on, huh?
Yeah. You know what? Ever since somebody disrespected Timmy Brown, I just been on my Tim Brown jersey wearing, dog. You know what I mean?
Word, I heard that. I heard that. But it's a myth, I heard, huh?
Yeah, it
It's a
supposedly is,
myth.
dog. But no, once I get a chance, I'll find the clip and I'll put it out there.
Hey, we won't get into that bullshit. But
Yeah,
anyways, what's
yeah.
you moved on? You moved on to Kansas City now, man. Because I think this is gonna be a way tougher. This is to the both of you. The the way tougher. You know, they're always ready to play us. We're in their house. We rarely
Mm,
beat them over there,
mm.
and you know, eh, I don't foresee a dominant game like we had against the Chargers over the Chiefs. So we'll get into the things that we need to do or whatever. But are you done with that? You know, the hype is here, but we got to
Yeah.
move on to the next game. You know what I mean? Is that how you feeling?
Yeah, I definitely do. Because you know what I mean. Don't get me wrong; it was an amazing game, especially us fans that never witnessed them score that many points. But you know what I mean. That was last week, and on to the next opponent. Especially now that we have a chance to still make the playoffs. I know there's a small chance, but it's still a chance. It can grow a
Mm.
lot if we're able to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. You know what I mean? Especially too, this is the weakest Kansas City Chiefs teams that I've seen in a long time. You know what I mean? They don't really have a number one receiver. Their receivers drop the balls all the time. You know what I mean? That's why Patrick Mahomes has been throwing a lot of interceptions, just as the receivers have been dropping balls, and that's why I think our defense is gonna come in with a couple of turnovers, and it's gonna be the key to the game.
He had 2 picks that game. He had 2 picks that game against New England, and,
Yeah.
those are mistakes that he usually doesn't make. And you can tell he's frustrated too. He's
Yep.
frustrated. He's pouting, getting all upset, about the guy lining up all sides and going to the refs.
Yep.
You're lucky you get a flag for that. If he was Aiden O'Connell, he would have got a flag for bitching at the refs like that,
No,
trying to
for real.
fight a ref. You know,
No, for real. That should have been a Raider and shit. Let that have been Warren Sapp or somebody. You know what I mean? We would have been get out the
mm,
league, suspended for a couple games. But since it's the golden boy of the NFL, and Andy Reid, all they did was give him a stupid fine, which ain't really nothing. Which I just think is a disrespect. But let somebody about the Raiders go out and say this is a horrible call and the refs need to do. You know what I mean? All this different shit. There'd be all kinds of chaos and shit. But since it's the golden boy of the NFL, they just give him a little slap on the wrist.
Yeah,
Mr. Brazy, what's up, bro?
I said it the
I'm
other
sorry.
night. I just feel like yeah, we do need to move on from the Chargers game, and yes, yes, we have to move on from the Chargers game. If we don't move on from the Chargers game, that's not a good winning mentality anyway. But I also will say this is that I feel like some of the things that we did in that Chargers game that needs to roll over into this game. The mentality that we had last week where it was like what no matter what we're not satisfied, you know what I'm saying? And that was the reason why we were able to get up to 63 points last week, was because they were saying, look, yeah, we scored a touchdown, but guess what, we gonna go get another one. You know what I'm saying? Oh, y'all messed up and gave us the ball again. Oh, guess what, we gonna, you know what I'm saying? And it was another perfect situation of what I've always identified as a winning game. Was we were 5-5 on turnovers. You know what I'm saying? Like we were putting up 7 every time they turned the ball over, and we're gonna have to do that. That's one of the keys for me with this Chiefs game. If the Chiefs mess around and drop the ball, or the Chiefs mess around and fumble, we need to turn around and give them 7 points. And if we can, if like I said, if we can roll in that mentality that we had last week, where no matter what the score was, we're still stepping on that gas, and whatever gas is in the tank, we gonna give it all the way out. That's how you're going to be able to beat teams like the Chiefs, no matter how they play. Because you can, again, it could be a situation like this. Yes, the Chiefs may have not been playing their best football, but we don't want them to play their best football against us next Sunday. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So just having that mentality.
They can do what they want right now. Raider Gay, what's up, brother?
What's up, Gabe?
Um, another thing is that what type of things, what Twuan, you made up a good notation that I've been saying too, is that we never got a turnover in their territory and
Yeah.
scored because there would always be a penalty, just like uh, Illumino would do something, or just anybody would do something, but it was just a dumb thing that pushed us back instead of making us go forward to the red zone to get something done. Now, our red zone play is way better than last year. Way better. I think we were 5 for 5 in the red zone. We scored 5 times,
Yeah.
touchdowns, and then field goals. A field goal on a turnover is something, but what? It matters how you do it. It matters how it's done. Like if you don't get a first down at all, you get it at their 40, and you don't get a first down at all. Then you bring caution out there to get it. That's like bad points, but you get points. But it's like, well, we didn't do anything. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
if you stay aggressive and start throwing the ball all over the place like this kid was, boom, 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 get to the 20, boom, 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 get to the 10, then touchdown. That's what made the Chargers go, shit, we can't stop these guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what we got to do to Kansas City. And I think it's gonna be a little bit tougher. It's gonna be a little bit tougher to do against Kansas City because their defense that's the strong suit of their team now.
Yeah.
It ain't just the offense going everywhere. It's the defense that they stacked up on defensive talent. They
I
got pretty
think this
good secondary.
I think this is
Go ahead,
their
Twan.
best. This is probably one of their best defenses that they've had in years. To be honest with you, just being honest on in regards to the Chiefs. I'm not expecting for us to put up 63, but that's just the keys of good teams. Good teams will do. That's what good teams do. You mess up, they make you pay for it, and that's when things get that's when games start getting out of hand. If it's like that, like they say, if you F around, you'll find out. Well, if you fool around, you'll find out, and that's what happens with good teams.
The thing is too is that their tackles surprisingly are the worst part of their offensive line. And that's one thing that I've noticed. New England was getting at Mahomes. That's why he was getting pressure throwing these 2 picks. It wasn't bad throws. It was that the pressure was making them just go all over the place, and then doing these crazy things with the ball. He's getting picks. And Tony, yes, he had it in his hands, and catch the ball, dude. You know what I mean? And Tony's having problems. We just can't see the Tony, just like when we had played him the last time. The first game was that Rice was dropping the ball all over the place. He had like 5, 6 drops on that one game. And then we play against him. Dude's 8 for 8 for one something, and then he's catching everything. You know what I mean? We need to get at Tony mentally, because I think he's a young player. He's not that young, but he's still a young player. And then I think that Sale kid and the other guy they got, they ain't doing nothing for their team. Their draft is not doing nothing for their team with the receivers they draft. So it's just them two. Watkins and that other kid they got, he ain't doing nothing. And I don't know what Pacheco's injury is or whatever, but Hilaire had a decent game. We just can't let that happen. But the tackles is what I was more concerned with, as far as in our way, because Kluntz is having the year of his life this year. This is his best year he's having. So you got Max, which is getting healthier, and then Kluntz doing what he does, and then I like the fact that they're moving the dude that I didn't like to the inside. And I'm not saying inside, Twuan. I was on your show saying they were moving them inside. They were having them playing nose guard.
Yeah.
So
inside, real
if he
inside.
playing that technique, and he was dominant with it like he was.
Yeah.
I would advise. I told Twuan, if we want to look at the tape again, watch what this dude was doing. He was pushing back center and guard with both hands into the backfield. Did you see that, Auntie? Did you see
Yeah,
Tyree Wilson do that?
I was
Were you
shocked
impressed
when
with that?
I was shocked when I seen it too, because that's some grown man strength right there. When you're able to do not one but two grown players like that, just goes to show you, man. Maybe he does have a future at the defensive tackle position, but you know what I mean. I still want to see him on the outside still. Maybe just on third down, maybe with the NASCAR package, just put him out there at defensive tackle, because he could definitely get pressure up the middle. And another thing is too, the first time we played Kansas City, we didn't have Jack Jones, so I think he's definitely going to line up one-on-one with Rice the whole game.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Remember, we had Peters last time, and we know how that worked out. So, you know what I mean? That's one thing that is going to be a big difference this night and day. You know what I mean? Especially how that defense we're playing, how horrible we were playing. It's just a whole different team now, a whole different ball game. That's why I think it's funny. The Chiefs can just throw out the film from the first time we played, because that's a whole different team that we were at that point than we are now.
And I agree with you on that. I think over time, and like I said earlier, in regards to what Aiden O'Connell, his play from last Chargers game to this Chargers game, I think the coaching too made a huge difference. And with Tyree, there was a press conference, and someone asked, it was a crazy question, but they said that his arm length is so long that he can sit in the middle of a car and actually touch both doors. Like, that's how long his arms are. So, not only is he, strong to handle those guards and those bigger body centers, on the line, but his arms are that long. So he can, like you said, if he was handling a center and a guard at the same time, it is definitely possible if your arms are, that long and you have that power. And I think that's what helps him too, especially being inside. And I said it, on my live, but I'll say it again because it's facts. I feel like with Tyree, his get off is so slow that by having him right there in front of the guard or the center, it's not necessarily that he has to worry about a quick get off. You know what I'm saying? He can get away with it with slower linemen in front of him, so that it kind of helps him out too with his get off. Not saying that his get off is completely slow, but it definitely does need to get better. But him with slower linemen in front of him, it's going to help him when getting off the line.
You got my boy Raider Gabe in the house. What's up, Gabe?
Cracking.
What's good?
What's cracking? Joel Lee, thank you for showing up, man. We was talking about the move, and I mentioned it. to when I was on Twuan shows late night. That I think that what they did was since Kuntz is having such a good year, and then he was dominant at that game, that they have to have Tyree in the game. Somebody said we got to have this kid in the game. So to move him at nose tackle, that's good. Right over a tackle, or right over, inside shade of a guard, outside shade of a guard. He's still, but he did what I said with in coaching terms is a good dummy move, like because his get off is so slow, is they made him closer to the football, to where he sees the football is right in front of him, boom, and then he reacts to it, because it takes him a while to get off on the outside. But I hate to say a dummy move, the coaches do it, to them in their own meetings. Well, let's just do a dummy move with Tyree. Not saying that he's a dummy, but I wish they had a different term for it. But that's what almost every coaching position, every place that I went to, they called it a dummy move.
That's the term.
Good athlete that has a slow reaction. You put him closer to the football so he can see it or hear it better from the quarterback, or the communication from the center to the quarterback, then he reacts. And I think that was a good move that they did. They should have did it sooner, but I feel it. What's up, Gabe, man? What's on your mind, brother? Oh, I'm sorry, Twua. Go ahead.
No, I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Oh yeah.
I just fucking
Well, Low ain't here, man. You gotta know where to find you, bro.
no, I just fucking around. Bro, you know how I feel
Yeah.
about Tyree. I feel like he's getting better. I feel like it's still too early, way too early for him, like to actually know. But if we could hit, if we could hit it by accident, you know what I mean, and move him to the inside, and that's becomes his more natural position. I'm all for it, man. I'm all for what's gonna make him play better. I mean, I know we've tried this before with a different guy, a different first round pick too. You know what I mean? But I just think that he has. I think Tyree has a higher ceiling. You know what I mean? It's just nobody's as much as Cleanan was good coming out of college. You know what I mean? He just didn't have these type of intangibles. So I just think that but coming off of last week, coming off the week before that, it's just you see Tyree. He could play a little. He could play good inside, man. Especially if you don't let these offensive linemen or anybody just get their hands on it. If he gets his hands on them first, he could be very effective. But I just think he needs to work on them hand fighting drills. All of those shits in the off season, which this is gonna be his first full off season. So we'll see how that affects his game. But yeah, I'm just a little too early for him. But yeah, I mean, for sure, I do agree that he hasn't lived up to a number 7 expectations so far.
Yeah, I don't think he ever has got there yet, you know what I'm saying? But I also will say this in regards to that is, and I think you're alluding to Cleveland Farrell, you know what I'm saying, as that first round guy that was here.
Yeah.
We need to keep him, you know what I'm saying? We need to keep him under cheap labor, and then if the price is too high, then we'll let him go. You know what I'm saying? But until then, I think no matter what, I think Tyree has a spot on this team. He could be the second defensive end, or he could be the fifth defensive end under that rookie contract, as far as I'm concerned. Because we definitely need more than Tyree. And just think about that. Like, and always talk about cheap labor, but think about that. If our team was so stacked that Tyree Wilson was the last defensive end coming off the roster, like, that's how we need to build this team. And eventually, I think if we stay with, I think my vote is with Champ Kelly, but if we stick with Champ Kelly, I think he'll be able to fill out a team like that in years to come.
This week's big,
No,
man. This week is
and the thing is
huge.
that a
What you
lot of
think about
people
that
don't
move,
realize.
Auntie? What you
No,
think
I
about
think
that
that
move? That
I mean, I would like to keep him at the defensive end position and just moving on third down the defensive tackle position. But the thing is, too, a lot of people don't realize he's still hurt. He's still not 100%. You know what I mean? That's why his get off is slow. I would like to wait to see what he looks like in next off season. You know what I mean? Have another off season, get himself stronger, faster, and then let's see what happens next year. You know what I mean? But for now, let's just get as many reps at many positions as possible, and we'll see where it works out. But I'm
Yeah.
not ready to turn the page and everything. Just because it didn't work out with Cleve Farrell doesn't mean it's not going to work out with him. Let's just give him a year, you know what I mean, to him to get healthy, to understand the system. You know what I mean? Jumping from college to the NFL is a big jump. You know what I mean? He was one of the strongest, more fastest players on the college level. But when everybody's strong as fast as you know what I mean? You got to work on your game and your craft more than anything.
Yeah. And I agree with you. I feel like, with that is, you said the injury, which I didn't talk about, but again, that him being under that rookie contract, it's not hurting us financially. You know what I'm saying? He's under a rookie contract. That's going to be the cheapest contract that we're going to get out of somebody like that. So
Yeah.
if he doesn't get it, and I'll say it like this: if he doesn't get it by year 4, you know what I'm saying? Then gotta
I mean,
go.
I think we'll know. I think we'll know more even by
But
next year, just by the
yeah,
commitment. You know what I mean? If he's committed in the offseason and stuff like that, you see flashes that he could become better. You know what I mean? It's just we got to see that. I think already in the offseason. I think if you don't see it next year, you got to start bracing for. You know what I mean? Not necessarily a bust, but somebody just a depth piece, which is
mhm,
gonna be which is gonna be hard a pill to swallow. You know what I mean? Pause, but it's just like but like you said, we're not going to have to make a major, decision on him until it's his 4th year, and we're gonna be, okay, we're gonna decline his 5th year option and shit like that. But
Yeah.
I just think that for now, I think I see some improvement, not as much as I think we would want to see, but um, I do see it, and especially in the last recent couple games. So the last recent couple games, and you know how it is in the NFL. It's what have you done for me lately? So it's like, if he could continue that in these next 3 games and just go into the off season with with the fucking just confident head, you know what I mean, on his shoulders and shit like that. Maybe go pick Max's brain every day and shit like that. You know what I mean, as much as he can, at least. You know what I mean, because Max is a dad, so I'm pretty sure he's going to want his space. But I'm just saying, like, whenever he could get him on the field and pick his brain, do it. You're gonna have, hopefully you go into the offseason healthier than you've ever been, and just finally start getting that NFL type of conditioning, NFL type of strength and conditioning type shit. You know what I mean? So I know college is caught up a lot in the NFL, but it's not in the NFL. You know what I mean? In that aspect, I'm just gonna wait till year 2 next year, man, because I know I was a big advocate for him, but he hasn't lived up to expectations for sure. I just think he's gonna be done.
Yo, all eyes. What's up, partner? SoCal Sal and the controversy man himself, JT. Welcome to the club.
JT.
Been a while. It's been a while,
Oh,
brother.
shit.
Joel Lee. Joel Lee, what's up, man? Up for review. Hey, check us all out. All of us got channels. Auntie, you float around on something, don't you?
Oh, well,
But
no, Auntie
I
has
know.
a show with Apakasi and
Yeah,
what's
Raider Joe. That's a
Apakasi and
great
Joe.
show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nah. Auntie got the OnlyFans. Y'all know he got the OnlyFans.
that's true.
Hey,
Besides that,
whatever I
me,
do
Gabe,
for
and
my
Twan, we
money,
all have our shows. Some of our
business is
shows
not my business.
push us up in this movement of Raiderism, and all of us got good game, as you notice, and it's good to see everybody in the chat telling everybody salute and stuff. But on that, but go ahead, Twan.
Auntie do OnlyFans so he can get Raider jerseys.
Hey, whatever I do to support my habit, it's on me.
You go like this. Anyways, to be honest with you guys, I think that Tyree Wilson is better than Khalil Farrell.
Yeah.
I think he's better, and reason being that the guy's gigantic, bro. He's kind of like a diamond. He's that wingspan. You just don't see cats like that. And then the thing is about him is that, okay, I could do the surgery, but I feel you on the surgery. He just that the defensive end part of it and what they wanted to make, they wanted to do a bigger, taller Max on the other side. And he wasn't going to replace Chandler Jones. He's bigger, stronger, longer than Chandler Jones. So the potential of it, the way I see us getting people in the draft is impact. What are you going to do to impact the game, especially top 7, 8, 9, 10? You probably, if you guys realize that usually when you go from 10 down, unless it's a quarterback or wide receiver or something like that, but those guys that you needed a defensive tackle, priority defensive tackle, and now we're making a defensive end guy. I know he played everywhere in college because he could do that because he was a monster in college. He can't do that in the pros. And that's the thing they had for Cleveland Farrell. The only thing I seen Cleveland Farrell do in college was have a great bowl game, dominant bowl game, where there was a guy that everybody wanted us to get, and Carter. Look at what he did Monday. He even though in the lost, but go ahead, Gabe. Oh, you're muted. Gabe, you're muted.
You hear me?
Yeah.
It's just better. It's just crazy that they had better defensive linemen on that specific team, and they ended up going with like the 3rd best defensive lineman on that team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Cleveland Farrell, and he ended up going first before all of them with Dexter Lawrence on there. With I forgot the other guy that's on there. He's with I think with one
Is
of
it
them
They
was
got
with
all
the
pros all on.
is it Lawson?
no, it's one of them was with there were two inside guys. One of them was with the Dolphins now, and the Giants.
Yeah.
I thought his
Hey,
last
but
name was
Gravy,
Lawson.
I'm gonna jump off, bro, because I got other things to do, dog. I got shit to do. But
Thanks for
Gravy,
coming on,
Gravy,
Apakazi. Thanks for
Twuan,
coming on, bro.
I'm gonna jump off for a little bit, guys. God bless you guys. If you guys ever need anything, to send me up, dog. You know where to reach me at. Shout out to the chat. God bless you.
Much love, bro. Thank you.
Now you got me looking up the
They,
name.
but they got so many defensive tackles. But what is it doing for them now? You know what I mean? They're losing
One of them is
games.
Dexter Lawrence. I know one of them is Dexter Lawrence, and the other one I forgot what's his name, man. Christian Wilkins.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Isn't that the other cat from Georgia?
No, from Clemson. They
He
were all
came
from
from Clemson.
Clemson,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then we took fucking Cleveland Farrell out of all three of them, and both of the other dudes are studs. And you know, Cleveland's a good depth piece, but you know, what I mean, because he's been doing pretty good. Like I've seen him playing, you know, in San Francisco. He's in that rotation, but
Yeah, he's
you know
looking
what I
good
mean.
over there.
He's not Dexter Lawrence or Christian Wilkins. You know what I mean. So it's
Yeah.
just like the evaluation has to be on point this year in this draft, man.
Him,
And
and I said,
that bowl game he had was great, dude. It was just all him. It was just all him. He had a bunch of sacks, he had a bunch of pressures, a bunch of tackles, and people just fell in love with him right there. And I don't know if he did he had to do the combine, but Gruden
It's like
fell
the
in love with
same
the guy.
thing. Remember with the dude from Syracuse
Mhm.
we got from in the first round to Jahan Ward.
yeah,
That him too, man. That shit was another one where like, damn, there was so many other guys out there where they took such a big, you know, risk, you know, and trying to take a guy like that, and it's just over and over taking a guy like that instead of taking a sure thing. You know what I mean? Which I mean, I like Tyree as much as I like Tyree. You know what I mean? I still wasn't like that wasn't the guy like with as much guys that were on the board. That wasn't the guy that I was looking at during the draft. That's for sure. Like when our you know when we were on the clock. I mean, once we got him, I looked at his intangibles, I looked at all of that stuff. You know, I kind of, you know, you tend to buy into that type of stuff because you know you have no other choice. You know what I mean? But it's like, I just do hope that he can. You know that injury was a big part of it, which that's also like I think like that. I do agree with Gravy, kind of though, because like you shouldn't be taking chances like that. With the injury type, you know what I mean, like that. Like it's obvious that he has the intangibles. He has, all those fucking those measurements and all of that shit. But you know what I mean? Who's to say, that can't be any, just a reoccurring fucking theme. You know what I mean? It's like
yeah.
he's already coming out of college like that. It's tend to type of, we gotta tend to stay away from those players now on. You know what I mean? Not target them.
Yeah.
Did he get that fasciitis or is that what he
And
had?
that's a
Oh, gee.
the fasciitis. That shit's like, that's the thing. Those things kind of linger. Those things can linger, and then they can then they can get like re-getting surgery and that type of shit, because it's a certain part of your bone right there that could just be weak, and in your foot. You know what I mean? And then if that's the case, then it's fucked.
Some people never recover from that game. It's just, I'm sure he wears size 15, 16 shoes and shit.
Hopefully he's young
Got
enough.
big ass feet running around everywhere.
Hopefully he's young enough
Big
that he
ass
can
foot.
overcome that shit. That usually happens with older cats. You know what I mean? Older players that have been in the league longer. But hopefully he's young, and hopefully he can get over that type of.
What is he?
Hopefully it was just a
20
freak
something?
injury. He's like 21, dog, because he only was in college for what, 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah. Big Tone, what's up, man? Never seen him before. Sub to the channel. Raider Nation Live, Raider
Oh,
Twuan. Wild Turkey, what's up, man? Thanks for coming on. Allah, SoCal Sal, all you got.
But man, this fucking
I,
this
I
Monday,
wanted
man, we need to get this shit, bro.
I wanted to get off it. That's what I wanted to hit. That's what I wanted to hit on, Gabe. I wanted to get off this Tyree thing. Seems like it's a good move, great move. Let's see if he can work a better team. That was against a non-motivated uh, team that we played against that was stuck already in the first quarter, getting their ass beat, and now we got a team that's Super Bowl that has Super Bowl inspirations. That's usually there at the end, and we have to pop them off, man. What things what are some of the things that both you guys, with the knowledge you have of watching these games, that will put us over the top and get us a victory over these guys at Kansas City?
I think it starts up front. And I know we wanted to get off of Tyree, but he's a part of that. He's a part of that equation. I think this D line really is going to have to get busy against their offensive line. You know what I'm saying, and be able to do what they do. And if they do that, then of course I think our back end is going to play well. I think, and you know me, I'm the biggest pom-pom cheer for Jack Jones. You know what I'm saying? I think adding Jack Jones, is going to be a problem if Mahomes decides to try to throw it to, his wide receiver, whoever Jack Jones is covering, because we know that Jack Jones he has sticky hands. So I think, like I said, I think it really starts with the D line. I think that's going to add the frustration to Mahomes. We know Crosby with a bum leg, no leg, half leg, whatever leg you want to call it, he's going to be trying to go, as far as it go good, against Mahomes too. So it's going to be interesting to see that matchup and see what mic up we get from Max Crosby talking stuff to Mahomes.
You don't think they'll let that get mic'd up? Right now he's being a little baby, and we got to extend that. We have to make him being a little baby bitch. You know what I mean? Because that's the way he be acting right now. We keep that up, and it looks like when he's frustrated, he makes mistakes, bro. He's not that rebound. I'm starting to see this. He's not that rebound. Once he gets frustrated, his rebound is not. He's done with touchdown passes, and he just throwing picks or throwing the ball sideways or trying to make something happen. And you can have a quarterback. You can have quarterbacks that are successful at that, which he is. But when you're under duress and when you just do it because you're a good athlete, it's two different things. It's way too different things. You can make a good play here and there. Maybe it's just done for him. I waited a while for him to get figured out, but now I think that if we could just frustrate him and get him flustered in the pocket with this new idea with Wilson there. Tillery's having a good game because they put him there. Billings is doing what his big presence stopping the run, but Diablo's everywhere. Spillane does his thing, and then
he got nicked up though. Diablo, we're gonna have to see how he comes back this week because he got nicked up in the last game. Jacobs,
there's no injury report yet, huh?
No injury report yet. No, I just checked that right now. But he did get hurt in the last game, Diablo. So we got to see how he comes back. So hopefully he comes back healthy because he did play his ass off in the last game. We gotta see how.
It took your soul, and Raider Joe, man. Thanks for coming on with me, man. Appreciate it.
The good thing is it's like another little bye week, bro, because we literally played on Thursday, right? And we're not playing until the next Monday. You know what I mean? So it's like literally like 11 days off. You know what I mean? So it's like a bye week, basically, almost. You know what I mean? So We'll see if any of them are able to healthy. But it didn't help us last time. We got a bye week, so but we'll see. I think this one was much needed because we were pretty hurt on Thursday, which was that's why it was so surprising as well too. You know what I mean? But I think some guys will get more healthy, and some guys just some needed it. Max stuff like that. So it's I think they're yeah they'll hopefully they learned off of the last one like that where they had a extended time off. So it just we'll see how prepared they are this week. You know what I mean with that in playing in hostile territory. One of those early morning slots. You know what
No,
I mean where
Bilal Nichols. My bad, Jolie. Bilal Nichols. My bad. I get
10
Billington.
a.m.
They're both big boys. Bilal Nichols.
Oh yeah, 10 a.m. start. You know what I mean. So it's one of those early starts. Hopefully we get up for it. You know what I mean. So because we need to play 60 minutes with this team now because that's one thing with the Chiefs. It's always a tough one. You know what I mean. They always seem to be they pull away or something. You know what I mean. So but we can't just go up points like we've done the last 2 years and expect to and get complacent. We gotta do what we did last week. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a lot harder. You know what I mean with the more healthier team, but we gotta play like that. We gotta play with more intensity, with just more urgency, even if we're up. You know, what I mean, even if we do get up, like in the last couple of games we have against the Chiefs. So I just think it has to be more a complete game. O'Connell for sure is going to have to be. I still don't know. It's most likely going to be a cold weather game. So we're going to see how O'Connell, what O'Connell's type of what his game isn't like that because the last number 4, that he had there was a a discrepancy, in the difference, but we're gonna see, man. He's from Purdue. You know what I mean? He played at Purdue. I don't know how cold it gets there, but we're gonna see on Monday,
It
man.
gets cold.
Christmas. Yeah, so we're gonna see on Christmas. You know what I mean? If he's able to, we're gonna be able because I think it's gonna have to be a heavy run game. But JJ, we're gonna see if he's healthy. The one thing I will say though is with that run game, it's nothing compared to JJ for damn sure. It's not. It's like it ain't JJ. But that's the thing. The only thing that I see the difference in is like the 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 attention to it. You know what I mean? Like you won't see as many eight guys in the box. So you know what I mean? You won't get as much pressure. You know what I mean? So you have a little bit more and you've seen that a little bit more with the Chargers because they thought they could probably just put, original 7 guys or whatever like that in the box and just, stop the run, which we were effective with not a heavy box, you know what I mean? So we'll see how that plays out. See if JJ's ready to go on Monday. But either way, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna have to be a big dose of run, big dose of run game, and just let Aiden do what he do, man. Hopefully he has that confidence back. You know what I mean after that 0 point performance because 63 should give you that confidence. So let's go out and do what it do, man. On Monday, let's do this shit for Christmas, man.
And
All I want for Christmas. That's all I want.
what I seen was that was so surprisingly to me was that this rotation of offensive line, this group that was in that game at offensive line, no matter when the score was 0-0, I like the way the aggressiveness. You seen the aggressiveness the second play of the game when he went deep. That second play of the game. So I knew right there if you come out like that, and it wasn't a successful play. He didn't catch it, but you could tell what type of mode he was in already. He was on. I'm gonna get on these guys' ass. So if we see the basics, and because he has to give the respect to Spagnola, because Spagnola is a good defensive coordinator, and you could tell in the second half of the the end of the first quarter of last game we played against Kansas City at home, what he did right after that, and he shut us down, and then we got to be that type way. Is he gonna expect aggressiveness, or are we gonna be this? Okay, let's beat you down. Let's try that because I don't think that Kansas City's ready for a beatdown. physicality type game like we did against the Chargers. And believe you me, we beat the Chargers down physically. And we played games like that. You know, Minnesota was a physical team. So that's why that game ended up the way it was. Plus, it was bad, you know, play call on both sides of the ball. Look at Minnesota, shit, they scored 20 something points after that 3 they got, you know. So that was a game we should have won, but just didn't
That would
pan
have
out
helped
for
us
us.
out. If Minnesota would have won that game, that would have helped us out too, though, man. If they would have beaten the Bengals, damn, I was like, fuck.
As crazy as it may sound, I feel like we shouldn't play time possession against the Chiefs. I feel like we should just go balls to the wall. You know what I'm saying? And and try to run up the score. You know what I'm saying? If that's Aiden O'Connell throwing it 40 times that game, do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't
know, Twuan. That's every time he does that, it ends up bad. Look.
I don't know. I just feel like we got to be really aggressive.
Being aggressive is throwing the ball deep, but not the way. You see that second play of the game. Well, I believe it was the Tucker. It was an aggressive play. As far as so early in the game, is that's something that you're going to want to do. This is something that we're going to do to you. So then they have to adjust to that. Then they'll pull back. You want a safety back there at all times instead of being up in a box stopping Josh. Now, what they're going to do if Josh does play, they're going to stack the box because they know how he is. And even the Chargers stack the box with Zeus because they know that we're going to run the ball. That's how we establish our play is being physical and doing that. But that offensive line, they played so well, you know, as far as in both categories, running and blocking. We had 130 yards combined rushing. That's pretty good for a team that's down the bottom of rushing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're last.
So that's pretty good. That you got 2 or 3 running backs going. You got 2 touchdowns rushing the ball. Yeah. You know, that's good. To me, you get that against Kansas City, 130 yards against Kansas City's defense rushing with Jacobs alone, and then mix in a little bit of play action with Zeus or whatever. That'll be great. That could put you over the top. But if O'Connell throws the ball 40 something times against Kansas City, that secondary will get to him. That pressure will do. Our offensive line has to have. We thought our offensive line had the game of their lives last week with that group. It's a whole different. Mac isn't what's his name in the interior. What is his name? Jones. Or yeah, he's not him in the interior. And he had a super game last time we played. And then another guy shines up on our defensive line. So we can stay solid there. Yeah. The reason why he was successful throwing the ball was because he had time to do it. He wasn't hanging onto the ball for a long time. His reads were there. Boom, he got rid of it quick.
I want to see the matchup with Parham and Chris Jones better than fucking what's his name? James and Chris Jones. Chris Jones was abusing James, bro. So we should go with that anyway this week. You know what I mean? Let's have. I think Parham should with the last week. You know what I mean? He I think we should give him a chance to get that starting spot this week, just to see, man, because this is one of those higher higher end fucking defensive tackles, and you've seen what the higher end defensive tackles have done to fucking to James, with like the Quinnen Williams, the Chris Jones, like those type of guys have just dominated fucking Andre James, bro. So I think it would be smart to fucking go with Parham again at center.
Andre negative 3,000. Look, it's bad. Like we talk about Tyrese get off. Like Andre James Andre -3000s get off is even worse. And I think that's the reason why he always gets beat is like, as a center, you got to snap the ball and then block. So if you have a guy, as soon as you hack the ball, getting in your grill, you ain't he's always getting beat. And that's why, like you said, with Parham, at least we got a fighting chance. You know what I'm saying? At least they're not getting us right up the middle.
Yeah.
So
Get time to get the fucking handoff off.
Yeah,
I mean,
damn near, Twuan.
And that's why, and that's why we all love JJ, because JJ, no matter if the lineman is getting the ball right when he gets it hand off to him, because there's been times where I seen where Garoppolo or whoever handed off to JJ and the lineman was right, like he could almost intercepted the handoff. That's how much the D lineman was in the pocket. So I said it last week. Whoever started last week needs to be out there this week.
Real. Whatever tandem played
until
last
otherwise.
week, whatever players played at center last week should play this week too. I mean, unless it's Colton Miller, that's the only guy I might be taking just because of his reputation, and he hasn't showed me anything so bad this year that I would not play him. So but other than that, as we should leave the line how it is, bro. I like the Mumford that left.
Andre James plays worse than Andre 3000's last album.
Hey, they just about the same. -3000, baby. For real.
Yeah, we need.
I like Parham at center. I like Parham at center, but that's
what I think
is good.
I had reservations of it though, Gravy. And I had reservations about moving him to center just for the continuity of the team. I didn't want, because we move Andre, move Parham to center, that now our left side now has issues. Because to be honest with you, the best side of the ball on our offensive line is the left tackle and the left guard, and everybody else can go. But that's what I was kind of worried about, was if we move Parham to the center, that means the left guard and the left tackle don't really got that, that chemistry, but it seemed like what they had out there last week, it worked.
Yeah.
I like well, the thing is with the thing that I see with Garasu, if he's been there longer playing center as a backup, so he probably knows all the communication and all the calls to do it. But that's why you've seen O'Connell be more vocal, out when he's calling the formations and stuff. But
I like that.
Parham, well, it's good in some ways unless the defense gets it. You know what I mean? But you really want the lineman, you really want the center to give out protections. Hey, this guy's coming there. That guy's. I think Parham is getting used to that, because his primary was guard. So
yeah,
and then that left side is usually the blind spot of the blind side of the quarterback. So it has to be good. But I thought when Meredith was in there and the other guy at guard, they did a good job too. They filled in great.
Van Ryan
and Mumford had a game of his life. So
I mean, they all had a pretty good game. They all had a pretty good game. I mean, it's just we're gonna have to see it though. I think this week though, just because we'll see how much it was of real, because you could only, basically kind of compare it to the next game, right? So we dominated the Chargers last week. Some people are saying it because of the speech that the coach gave, and you know what I mean. Oh, as in the thing about them wanting to lose that bad because they fucking the coach just wanted they wanted the coach out of there. But so we're gonna see this week how much of it if it actually is true, man. We're gonna see how much of that was true or how much of that was just actual preparation, how much of that was embarrassment from the loss before for putting up 0. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be a lot of it's gonna be on Aiden, a lot of it's gonna be on AP. You know what I mean? Getting the right decisions, going for it when he needs to go for it. You know what I mean? Because we're playing for our playoff lives. You know what I mean? So a loss is pretty much we're out. You know what I mean? So we gotta play aggressive. You know what I mean? And try to take this one away from Kansas City, man, out there in Arrowhead, because it's tough to play out there as it is, and you know what I mean. And they're kind of a team reeling, which that could be a good thing or a bad thing. You know what I mean? They sometimes tend to get right against us. You know what I mean? Because like Gravy was saying earlier, you know what I mean. Like their fans, tend to believe that they have our number right now. So we gotta get out of that funk, man, and we gotta. That would be a big fucking a thing for AP, for Aiden, for everybody, man, in the building, for just to like get that kind of a little bit of the monkey off of their back. You know what I mean? Which because it's something that we haven't felt in a long time. You know what I mean? Since what Ruggs was here. So yeah, we got if that happens, that could go a long way for them for sure.
Banther, thanks for being on the show, bro. Thanks for showing support, man. Wild Turkey also. Do we can we see AP outcoach Eddie Reed in some way or another?
I mean,
can we? What are the odds of that for the what are the odds of, Andy Reid has such an influence on football, but Andy Reid has been fired before too, and
yeah,
has inherited and had good teams.
it's always had good teams,
And
bro. So
they always had good teams, but he can be beat. He
exactly
can
when they're
make
playing the way
mistakes.
they are,
He can
when they're
be beat.
playing the way that they are right now,
Mm,
for sure it's possible that AP could do it. But it's going to take a
mm,
hell of a game for a hell of a game for him to call. But I think if he plays aggressive and plays like he said he was coming in the building trying to do, coming in here and coming and saying that he has nothing to lose, so he's fucking, he has playing with house money. So let's play like that this weekend, man. I'm not saying go for it on 4th and 10 and in your own fucking area or whatever like that, but we got to be aggressive, man.
never.
We got to be aggressive. We got to take chances, and and the defense, bro. Just as long as they can, keep it up. I mean, the last game against Kansas City was a little bit was kind of a bad sign, but also, I mean, you have to attribute that to the offense, because it got very complacent in that game. That's what I was talking about earlier. We can't do that. It got very complacent, which left the defense on the field freaking pretty much the whole second half. You know what I mean? And it was just it made the defense look kind of worse than what they were. So I just think that the defense will, if the offense could just sustain drives, it'll keep us in this game, because the defense will play fresher, because we're gonna need that in this cold weather, bro, for sure.
60 points a game. Well, Michael said we need to Draymond Green Mahomes or do something. We need to do that.
Hey, I said that last week. I said
But we probably get a
we
penalty
need to
for that,
slap the
bro.
Chargers like Draymond Green, and what ended up happening? We slapped him with 63 points. So hey, I'm with it.
But they're just the confidence of this young man that was sitting next to me for dinner with. It was like, we got this game won, and I'm thinking to myself, kick back, little kid. You got something coming to you. You know what I mean? But we always say that.
Yeah,
we always say that.
but
I'm comfortable. But I'm comfortable feeling that way now, because I don't want to smash a little kid with his little family. But if if we go in there and just like we said the last Kansas City game, which we did, we got up 14 points and then we missed that field goal. Then after that, Andy Reid said, "All right, I'm tired of this shit. Let's go." You know what I mean? Now we could do that all over again, but it needs to be over and over and over. I feel like I want to embarrass this team and make people think on the TV show saying this team ain't in it no more. That's it.
Yeah.
Miami jumped over them. Cincinnati jumped over them. You know, all these other teams, they're like they're in the hunt or they're in a wild card. You know what I mean? That's what I want. And I'm taking that last game so hard to where if we could do that, then we shouldn't have a big drop off. Yes, we know it's a better team, but we got to take every chance that we have, every opportunity that we have, and we have to do it against Kansas City. Otherwise, I'm not saying that it will get bad or it can get bad, but 9 times out of 10, every time we play these guys, it does.
Yeah. And that's probably why that little boy feels the way that he feels, is because history has shown that the Chiefs has had the Raiders number. Just like we always confidently say every year, no matter who's on their team, that we're gonna smash the donkeys. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like every year we say, oh yeah, the donkeys, that's a win. Oh, we're gonna play the donkeys again. Oh, that's a win. You know what I'm saying? That was the same way that boy felt about us, and we just have to go in and surprise him once again and let them know that, hey, what that even that team that you saw earlier in the season, that ain't the team we got we right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right now,
and that's the mentality. I agree with you, Gravy. Every opportunity that we get, I'm not like, you know, and even Gabe said it. You know what I'm saying? Don't go for 4th and 10, but hey, if it's 4-4-1, let's go for it. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe in this. I believe in this offense, and I believe that even and I'll say this: even if our offense slips up a little bit, I believe that our defense will do its job. You know what I'm saying? But we just gotta stay aggressive on both sides of the ball. That the defense needs to be hungry and be going after every single opportunity to get a ball, and the offense, we need to just capitalize on what, you know what I'm saying. Aiden O'Connell, the check down is good too. You know what I'm saying? You can gain yards with the check down, so don't feel like you can't get the check down. And if we do that, I like I said, I think the Chiefs are a beatable team. We just can't beat ourselves.
We need it. You know, we need it. We get that. We get O'Connell plays the way he did, like last week, throwing the football, being on target. Then he can have a better game than Mahomes can. But that's in fantasy land right now because you know you got to think that he's a young kid. He's growing. You can see him grow, and that's a good thing. That's a very good thing. Now, going to coaching, would this push AP over the top if he gets Andy Reid in this way? You guys think? What do you guys think about that?
I don't know about pushing him over the top, but it'll make it a
To
lot
get the
easier
job?
for him. It'll make it a lot easier for him. I think he has to be honest, I think he has to kind of win out at the very least. Win this one, and then if you beat Denver, I think you kind of have a real good chance because you beat the last 3 teams in your division, and that's kind of what you want to see. You know what I mean? Be successful against your division. You know what I mean? Because if you're successful with your division, that's the teams you guys are playing. That's the team you're playing against the most anyway. So, but if you win out, I think that's a for sure. But this is a big step, man. This can be a big step in the right direction for him, get him back on the right track. Because after that, Minnesota, a lot of people were down on it, man. So these last 2 games with franchise record in points, against a rival, you know what I mean, a fucking division rival, and then you go into one of the most hostile territories in the NFL, you know what I mean. So they say, You know what I mean? So it's like if you go in there, you beat them on Christmas. You know what I mean? You can do yourself a big favor. You know what I mean? And trying to get this job in the offseason.
I think this would make a very strong case for him to get the job. Why? Historical points last week, and how
Yeah, for
many
sure.
how many head coaches have we had that beat the Chiefs? You know what I'm saying? Like we just talked about the little boy that said, "Oh yeah, that's a win." So that just lets you know, like, if he beats the Chiefs, a team that I know this organization is like, dang, we can't beat the Chiefs. Dang, every time we play the Chiefs, we seem to not get over the hump. And for AP to, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, when we win, like, what else can he add to his resume? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we already know he's a young coach. Yeah, you can always say that he doesn't have enough head coach experience or whatever, but this group, and I'm saying after we win, just kind of adding to the resume, but like looking at it is like he won with this group, so it would make a very strong case for him to get the
Yeah. If
job.
you win this one though, if you win this one, for sure, that makes a big game. But if you could win this one and win that Denver one,
Yeah,
for damn,
yeah,
because especially if you like play spoiler to Denver, because say like Denver wins their next 2 games, you know what I mean? You play a spoiler to Denver, then it's for sure. I think he
yeah,
gets that interim tag taken off. I
yeah.
mean, if you could do those 2 things, that's big. And I mean, and then throw in a fucking if you go into Indianapolis as well, shit. I mean, that's a no-brainer. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't get in at 9-8 because of a technicality or a early season head-to-head loss that you had against either the Steelers or the Bills, and that's the reason why you don't get in, then I mean, I still see no reason why he wouldn't be able to get the job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Here we go, Raider Paul. What's up, man? Raider Paul with this Bo Nix.
Bo Nix, he wants Bo, man. But I'm seeing a lot of fucking. Well, he can still do a lot of favors. It's still early, but I'm seeing in a lot of polls. I think it's because of the question mark of his big game performances, which he hasn't won any. Which a lot of them haven't. A lot of these quarterbacks haven't. But I just think that that kind of has he has that stigma right now, which a lot of guys are having him. Maybe very, very low first round or second round pick.
Mm. Raider Paul, thank you for showing up, man.
I like Bo Nix, though.
JB, thank you. JB, thanks for being here. Go ahead, Gabe. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying I like Bo Nix. It's just that I do see that though in him. Like I like his competitiveness and all that shit, but it's just and I see better quarterbacks out there.
The one that I see the most NFL ready, Gabe. NFL ready right now.
Ooh,
is Penix.
I think it's May, but I like Jaden, especially if AP takes the job.
I don't want to see this. He bulked up, but I don't want to see this little skinny dude like the kid in Carolina, dude. He looks like a little one out there, bro.
Ooh,
You know what I mean?
From North Carolina, Drake May?
No, in Carolina, the number one pick.
You're
Carolina guy.
talking about fucking Bryce Young.
Bryce Young. He look like a little kid out there, dude.
No, but Jaden's way bigger than him because Jaden's like 6'4", 6'3".
But I'm just talking about the
talking about
littleness. He's not.
But he has got big. Like, seeing him on the pivot and shit like that, you see him that he has gotten bigger already. He's already gotten bigger. Like even at his Heisman, like that shit. I thought he would look. I thought he looked smaller, but like seeing him like live and next to other guys that are like is pretty much like the other candidates, which was what it was Bo and
CJ.
and CJ. You know what I mean? So it's no Bo and Michael Penix. So I just think that just having them two like that, and then having him right there, just looking at all three of them, it was like, okay, he ain't small. You know, he's not as small as I thought he was. And he tore it
Yeah,
up
he's
in
up
the
there.
SEC.
He's up there in size. Yeah.
He tore it up in the SEC. Tore it up in the SEC. 50 touchdowns in that league. I mean, and he had good games against good teams. I think
Well,
Jaden is
all these quarterbacks we're going to be able to see next week or the week next after that. So
what
we can
what,
concentrate on them. And
yeah, with all these quarterbacks, and I'm gonna ask this question because you know I feel like people are so panicky in regards to the quarterback position. Like with all these quarterbacks coming out, are they all gonna go in the top 10?
most of them
I
will.
don't believe so. No, that's why there's.
I want to say top 20. I want to say top 20, maybe.
They already got some guys moving back, and they say that the guys that are probably locked for top 10s right now, like that lock, and these are from like a lot of sites that I've seen and a lot of fucking different sites. So I kind of like, compare between sites and like, get the average between all of us, shit like that, and then kind of just what I see in this. They have only Caleb and Drake. Drake may possibly going in the top 10. Then after that, then you probably got Jaden probably going top 15. And then you got, Penix possibly still going in the top 20, top 25. And then you got Bo, a little bit after that. So it's those are that's how they have the order for sure.
So and the reason why I asked that is because the big T word has been floating around for the Raiders, and it's like, okay, we can still get our quarterback no matter where we are.
Yeah, we could get a quarterback. Will it be the one that we want though? Like if I think we just that's gonna be the tough thing. Do we trade up?
But I'm just saying out of those top guys, because everybody's, of course, there's that, the Caleb, and stuff like that. But if you get one of the top 5 guys that come out, he's gonna be able to spin the ball. You know what I'm saying? And to have him come in as competition for Aiden O'Connell, like we'd be good.
For sure.
Yeah, no matter where we are.
Even if we would win out and go 9-8, I think the highest you go is like 15, somewhere around there. So no matter what, you're still, you know what I mean? You're still in good position to get, top 15 quarterback, which there's enough guys that you could see one of those top 3 guys actually falling to at least 15, maybe possibly, you know what I mean? With all the other like guys, with all the other talent that's in this, like the receivers that are in this draft, you know what I mean? There's some offensive linemen that are gonna go high, you know what I mean? So those guys are gonna get thrown in between corners. Some corners are gonna get thrown in there too. So guys are gonna fall. It's inevitable. There's going to be a quarterback that slips, but the only thing is it gonna be the guy that you want? I mean, you got to evaluate, I think, for where you're picking too. You know what I mean? And I think that's what they have to brace themselves for too. Like, don't go out and evaluate, Caleb and Drake if every single team is possibly going to take them in the top 10, and you're not going to see the top 10, and you're not willing to give up capital. Yeah. So then you turn your attention to like Penix, Bo, or Jaden. You know what I mean? So either one of those 3, I still think can make a difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm okay with that. Like I'm okay with, and again, some people may not agree with me, but that's okay too. I'm okay with if we're, and I'm just gonna say 15. If we're number 15, and the guy that you really want is 9, and you got to give up, you know what I'm saying, a pick or 2, you know what I'm saying, to move up. Like, if that's your guy, go ahead and get your guy. You know what I'm saying? But even if we decide to stay put, I still feel like we'll be able to get a competent quarterback You know what I'm saying? That's if they decide to get a quarterback in the first round. Because that's also, that also can be an option.
If 5 or 6 go in the top 10, then that will leave. And to be honest, I won't. Then don't even go for a quarterback. Fuck it. But don't, if 5 or 6 and you're not in the top 10, don't even look at a quarterback. Go. Then you're gonna have plenty to pick up from everybody else, because that means if 5 or 6 go in the top 10, then there's plenty to pick from. You know what I mean? That's left over. So
that D
don't really
tackle
matter.
still might be sitting there. That
Exactly.
top corner still might be there. You know what I'm
top
saying?
tackle, the top tackle.
Yeah.
It's just a either way, it still works out for us. You know what I mean? If 5 or 6, I think, you know what I mean? Because if, like I'm saying, if right now, you know what I mean, we're like 8, 9, you know, in draft position, but you know, we went out, you could possibly get up to like 14, 15, which if 5 or 6 are being taken in the top 10, then so be it. You know what I mean? Then you go with the other, and if you could win out and you're at 14, that means Aiden's doing a good job. That means Aiden could possibly, hold on to it for a little bit longer. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Hold on to the spot for a little bit longer, and you know what I mean. You go. I just don't think though, if you miss out on any of the top end quarterbacks of this draft, you can't compensate with, okay, let's go for a different caliber quarterback, like there's still like a JJ McCarty and shit like that, and like in the second round or something like that. Like, I mean, that may be a guy that could possibly come in and compete, but that's a guy that you could possibly look at, because he does have the mobility that, you know what I mean, that Aiden doesn't. But it could be a good. It could be
So
a good
you guys are saying that we need a quarterback that can move around.
I mean, I would want that in this day and age, but at least to get away from, like out of the pocket, to be able to get out of the pocket when he needs to, still be a quarterback that always is looking up first. You know what I mean? But just for a guy that can use his legs if needed to be.
Raider Chaos, what's up, man? Thanks for being here. Lakers in 5. We said salute, light the beam if it comes to my spot. That's my dude. JT got a good little information. Said Giants, Redskins, Raiders, Cardinals, Falcons, Rams, Packers, Bears, Titans, Pats, and Steelers all need quarterbacks. Twuan, so yes, 10 can be off the board, but most like 5 or 6 will be drafted for the first
Giants
pick.
ain't moving on from Will Levis for sure. They're not moving on.
I also don't think that they're done with the Cardinals either with Murray, unless he gets hurt.
That's a big question mark. But the thing with that though too, like when Murray goes somewhere, he's going to check off somebody else, one of those other teams right there that need a quarterback. He's gonna check off one of their boxes though for quarterback, because if he ends up leaving somewhere, he's gonna go somewhere where they're quarterback needy. You know what I mean? So that's gonna check off that team. And then if Fields leaves the Bears and the Bears need a quarterback, then wherever Fields is gonna go, he's gonna check off that box. So it's like a big old carousel of quarterback things, and Will Levis looks like he has a job in Tennessee. I don't know about
now. Since you said that, you mentioned 2 quarterbacks, and this goes the way like JT is saying that if Murray's out there, if Fields is out there, I think they both have big contracts, right? They both have the 40 million, 35 million.
Right now, the Steelers have a better pick than us. I mean, the Steelers have a higher pick than us, so they would have to be behind us. The Rams will be behind us. The Falcons technically would be behind us. You know what I mean? So we pick in front of all of those teams as well too. So that's still another thing too. So it's still there's a very
we
good
say we
chance
need a
for
running quarterback. We need a running quarterback. What about those 2 options?
Who? You're talking about
Murray or
Murray,
Fields.
and I mean the lesser of the less. I mean, the better of the two is. I say like right now, I would probably go.
Murray.
I would probably say just Murray gets hurt too much. I don't know, man. That's the only thing with Murray. Fields though too, man. That's the thing. Like I don't know if I'm willing to pay any of them.
Either way,
for them to be over
I'm
here.
talking about free agency,
Yeah.
free agency. What if we just do the free agency route? And then this is not concerning the game that we're going to play, but it's the future of our team. We got to be secure at that position. So obviously, what we're saying is that we're kind of not super confident in AOC being in long term, unless he
Well,
does
it depends.
something outrageous.
I mean, after the 0 point game, that was bad. But I mean, shit. I'm not saying 63 points, but if you put up anything close to that and the offense looks better in these next 3 games, you know what I mean? Then we have something to talk about. You know what I mean? Then we have something to talk about because that's obviously means if and especially if it contributes to wins. You know what I mean in these next 3 games. So then you have obviously him making himself a better case for himself, and then you're getting yourself farther away from actually picking one of those top 10 quarterbacks anyway. So it's kind of working out to where like if I think it's gonna work itself out. If we lose games, we're gonna get ourselves in a good position to get one of those top 10 quarterbacks. If we win games, it helps out AOC to keep the job a little bit, longer, and it puts us in farther away from one of those top 10 picks.
We're in a position where in reality, I think only one quarterback's going to be gone. And that's Hoyer. So that means that you have to identify who your starter is. I think Jimmy G is going to be our backup because just because of the freaking money that we still have for him. And then, whoever it is, is there going to be a competition? Whoever we bring in, it's going to be a competition between whoever that quarterback we bring in and AOC as who's going to be our starter. And then whoever loses that is going to be our emergency.
For next year?
I can see them for sure.
And we got to out for Garoppolo for next year.
Yeah, and I think, and even though, like, even if they have to eat some money, I could see them. As much as we're gonna fucking be like, fuck, another one of those contracts, you know what I mean, that we have to eat money. Like, even if I see them eating money, like, I still could see them getting rid of them because if we do bring in a first round quarterback, you know what I mean. Like, I think it's gonna be him and Aiden battling it out for next year. You know what I mean, and then we'll probably pick up somebody for emergency quarterback or something like that. But I think you'll probably see them battle it out, and I don't see Jimmy being here next year.
I mean, I would want Jimmy to go find, wherever he wants to, whoever he wants to lay up with. But
wherever McDaniels gets a job.
Yeah. But I think, just money wise, I feel like they would have to kind of keep him around. So definitely, financially, Hoyer, you can. You shouldn't have been even here last year.
We're retiring.
He's been in the league too long. They were just
Hoyer's retiring at the end of the year. He came out. They talked about retirement to come back. You know what I mean, for McDaniels, and I just think he's waiting out. He's collecting his end of the year check and shit like that, and then he'll announce his retirement from the NFL.
He needs to.
Now this is just the future talking here. If we keep AP, which really inside me think that I think he's a good coach. He puts people around him. I think he has the defensive guy that could do that. Our defense has significantly got brought up. Last time I checked, we were a solid 15 defense. That's good to be in. Usually we're in the bottom, 28, 29, and you could tell that our defense is playing better. That's why
I think we're 11th in points allowed and ninth in secondary. But I think in overall, I think in like third down defense, we're like 15th, and
15th,
then
15th and 17th. I've been seeing on the reports that I look
but
at.
points
You
allowed,
know,
we're 11th.
total. That's total.
Yeah, points
Well, the
allowed. Yeah,
total defense. I think we're 15th, 16th or something like that. That's good.
which
That's
is
a
good.
damn good
Which is
defense.
good. Yeah,
That's a damn good defense.
that's what we were
Now,
asking for,
our
right? Top
offensive,
15.
uh, yeah, our offensive. That's way above than what I thought we would be. I was like 25. We're cool. 27. We're cool because I thought we were gonna have this good ass offense,
We're
but
giving up
our
20
defense,
points. I think 20.4 points a game.
something
That's how
like
many
that. But
points we're getting.
it
Yeah, we're giving up.
varies what you look at, Gabe. It varies with different,
We're giving
different.
up 20, and we're scoring 18.9 points a game. So that's got to change. We have to average more than we give up, regardless if that's still a good stat that it's at 20 points and that's good enough to be, I think, 11th or 12th, something like that, in points scored. But it's still, your offense is 29th. You know what I mean? Like, or
Yeah.
something like that in points. Points, or something like that, or 27th or 26th, something like that. Because there is some bad teams out there offensively, but and that 63 points did help us out a little bit. You know what I mean? It did bump us up a couple of it jumped us up a couple of teams. But it's like we have to be able to average more than we give up. That's first of all. To be a winning team,
Mhm.
that's first off. You have to.
And like I was saying, is this the he has no connection with New England, as far as being with McDaniels
Mm.
offensively, as far as and I know, and then we don't know if this is the type offense that if AP is the coach, you know, that you want to run. Usually defensive coaches, they want to run the ball, establish time of possession, get turnovers and have their defense out there. That's the way usually defensive coaches are. All of them do it in the NFL. Look at every defensive coach, and a lot of them aren't very successful at it. And we can say that defense wins championships and all this shit. Yes, it does, but it goes both ways. Offensive coaches will say the same thing too, because you got to score. You have to score. Now, this is all Aiden O'Connell knows as far as offense is concerned. Can he adapt to doing another type of offense and relearn different formations, strategies, game planning? And then we all know he's a smart kid. He understands football. So if we could do that and do a transition, because pretty much thinking that AP doesn't like this defense, this offense. So because every time he does an interview and he talks stuff about offensively, it's like he's like, this, that, whatever. I could tell the body motions that he's doing is that he's not real. They really don't talk to each other that much. The offensive guys. Now that he's the head coach, he probably talks to Bo a lot, but usually they're separated. So it's up to him what type offense that he wants to run. The head coach makes that decision. I want to run like what the West Coast, what Shanahan's doing over there, or what McVay's doing over here. That's the type offense I like. I want high scoring, running the football, and then be solid on defense. But we know we gotta if we keep AP, who's gonna be a defensive coach. We're gonna be solid on defense. So that's upcoming. We see that transition already.
Mm.
It's
That's why we
just that
gotta hire
is
a top
is he the
end
quarterback? Yeah, is he the quarterback for a transition, or do we get a new one that's gonna be taught NFL wise what's going on? Because the only team it was good, for the guys from these guys from Alabama to go to New England because that's what they
I
run.
am.
Nick
Yeah.
Saban is a New England guy, and it's good to go to the Titans because Vrabel's a New England guy and they run the same kind of offense as we do. They just got a bigger armed quarterback that's doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it worked.
So,
Oh, go ahead.
No, I just feel like with the whole that situation, because it is a tough situation, and I said that, you know, I wanted Bo to be our offensive coordinator, but if they bring in somebody, I would hope that whoever that offensive coordinator is can work with the guys that we have already here. Now, if AOC is our starting quarterback, I hope that that offense coordinator is saying, hey, what do you like? You know what I'm saying? Or, hey, I saw some tape on you and it looked like these certain routes you ain't strong at. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to draw up the playbook where it ain't going to be, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to bring out your weaknesses, you know what I'm saying? Or what's in my playbook, these plays work for you. You know what I'm saying? I hope that's what happens with the offensive coordinator that actually works with the players that we have here. Because to be honest with you, I think we got talent. You know what I'm saying? Outside of the guys, you know, the guys that we've all said that, yeah, we need to fix our offensive line. Yeah, we need to fix, you know what I'm saying? Like those things. But the wide receivers are solid. Are, you know what I'm saying? Our running game with JJ, if we decide to you know, commit to him, is going to be solid. Like, let's just kind of work with what we got, and hopefully that offensive coordinator, if it's AP at head coach, and that new offense coordinator, I hope he's coming in saying, yes, I can work with what you guys got, because I actually do like what you guys got here. You know what I'm saying? And of course, he's going to be able to pick his quarterback anyway, because no matter what, you know what I'm saying, whether we go in the first round or, you know what I'm saying, in the later rounds, we're still going to have to pick up a quarterback.
I think
I think he will either way.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna work itself out. Like with regards to like what position we're gonna put ourselves in to pick where we're gonna pick. Like if we win out, I think it's I mean I think it's gonna be a cause, obviously, because we're gonna need offense in these games. You know what I mean? I think our defense is good, but I think it's not good enough to win us games solely on the defense, and we've seen that. You know what I mean? When we had that 3-game, losing streak. You know what I mean? Even putting up, even giving up 3 points didn't win us a game. You know what I mean? So offense is going to be a big part in if we do win these next couple of games. So it's like I think that's gonna put us in position that to like be more confident in Aiden. You know what I mean? Because you know what I mean, he's gonna win some games, and I think we're gonna be able to see, some growth in him, and they'll probably put us still, around still top 20 in draft picks. So I think it's gonna put us in position to still draft a quarterback, but a quarterback that might be able to come in and compete with Aiden. But like say like if he goes the opposite way though, that's why I'm saying it's gonna work itself out. Like if it goes the opposite way and we, by some chance, and I don't think that's what's gonna happen, but say we lose the next 3 games, hypothetically, I mean, we lose the next 3 games, we put ourselves back into the fucking top 5 order again. You know what I mean? So top at least top 7, top 8. You know what I mean? So then you're in better position to pick a more top end quarterback. You know what I mean? So I think either way, you know what I mean, these next couple of games are going to work itself out to where what type of quarterback we're going to bring in, even or if we're going to bring one in. Because if we make it, I mean, we win 3 games in a row, 9-8. I mean, they have to have some confidence in Aiden.
Yeah.
9-8 is a great year for me. That's a great year. That's one off of what I thought.
That's what I'm
Or
saying.
around there. I forgot what I said, but I wasn't getting all loud with 12 and something, even 11 and something. I think I was around 10 to 9 wins, even with McDaniels in there.
Yeah. I had us going 10-7.
I said 10-7 too. So they go 9-8. Shit, that'd be perfect. You know what I mean? That's not far off with the way we
they're
started,
playing.
especially with the way we started. You know what I mean? That would be awesome.
Yeah.
To be able to go into 9-8, because after that, I thought for sure there's no way in hell we were gonna get even close to 10-7. But we still got a chance, man. As long as we're breathing, I think there's always gonna be some hope. There's always gonna be that little, okay, we won, because that's what I mean. But there's a lot of games that are going to kind of like, it's gonna be determined too. A lot of these early games, you know what I mean, from Thursday, and then there's gonna be some Saturday games. So things could go our way. Those games that could put us in even better position. You know what I mean? It could put us in worse position, but it could put us in real good position if some of these games go our way even beforehand. You know what I mean? So, and some of those teams that we do need to lose are playing. You know what I mean? Some good teams. So we're we'll see, man, how it is on Monday. Hopefully, Monday we get up and it's a good damn Christmas, man. It's a black and silver Christmas, man. You know what I mean? Because shit, I'm gonna be wearing my Raider fucking Santa hat. You know what I mean? All day, man. Cause so let's go, man. I think we have a good
I
chance of
got
getting
one
this one.
too. I got a
They're
Santa hat
really,
too. I might bust that on with you. You
let's
you
go,
gonna put
man.
your onesie on? You gonna put your Raider onesie on too? Your matching onesie with the wifey? You got one. See, I tell you, look at his face. He got one. Yeah, man,
Nah.
it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be. I can't wait either. It can't come fast enough, and I hope we're successful. And
Another game that's
it just took this little young man to bring that out of me to do it. The Stogies with gravy. Well, plus I don't have nothing to do, and I like chatting football all the time. So
there's gonna be three
that's the
games
thing.
that day, but all three games are gonna be shown individually, like on their own time. So there's not gonna be no distractions on any other TV or anything like that. No other NFL games. You know what I mean? So it's like the Raiders are playing at 10 o'clock in the morning on Monday, and that's the only team. There's three games that day though, but it's one at 10, one at 1, and one at 5:30, which they're all pretty good games. Those Christmas Day games are gonna be good, man. It's gonna be.
Well, who's
We're
playing
gonna
at the
try
1 o'clock one? Who's playing the one
the
o'clock one?
the 1 o'clock game. I'm not sure, but I know that the evening game is Niners Ravens.
Oh shit!
Yeah, the night game is Niners Ravens. That's like the Monday night football game basically, because that's the actual Monday night. You know what I mean? So that'll be the Monday night game this week, but there'll be two Monday day games basically, and one Monday night.
Nice
We get the first
football all
one.
week.
We're up first against the
It's gonna be
Chiefs.
football all week.
Hey, you gonna be watching? You gonna be watching on Nickelodeon?
Is it gonna be on Nickelodeon? They're gonna show it on
Yeah,
Nickelodeon.
they got a Nickelodeon one.
For the Raider one or the
Yeah,
1 o'clock
I
game?
think that's what it
Oh,
said too.
shit.
It's on a Prime channel. It's on Nickelodeon too, huh?
yeah.
Okay.
So get your everybody get your little ones, and you know what I'm saying, watch it. Hey,
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie, I watched one of them, and they had the SpongeBob characters on there, and Patrick Star was up there. He wasn't dry, man. He had some jokes, so it's entertaining. Even though Nickelodeon is for kids and stuff like that, there was some entertaining stuff coming off the screen. They had stuff coming out of the end zone and everything. So
Giants Eagles at 1:30. That's still a pretty good game.
yeah,
Eagles are struggling. Giant. I mean, it's a rivalry game.
it's crazy.
Pyro, what's up, brother?
It's crazy how all the teams that we thought were going to be really good this year, they all kind of dropped a little bit. The Cowboys, the Eagles, like all those teams, they took some crazy losses.
The Niners had that little 3-game losing streak, and that's it. They look like a team, them and the Ravens, man. So that's why Monday's gonna be a big game. Monday's gonna be could be a Super Bowl fucking preview, dog. You never know. You know what I mean? That's the rematch too from the Harbaugh Bowl a couple years back. Remember? Fucking the Ravens took that one too. So fucking as long as that happens again, that I'm cool.
I wouldn't mind. I
mean, other than the Raiders, I mean, if the Raiders speaking, then it's the Raiders all day.
I wouldn't mind Baltimore being there, but I don't want 49ers invading that stadium.
As long as they go, but if they do go, because they do look like the team to beat in the NFC, As long as they lose to the Ravens, fuck it. It'd be like, yeah, you came to Vegas to lose, motherfuckers.
I just don't even want to have them there at all.
But as long as there's still hope, we still got a chance to get there. We still got a chance to defend our turf there. We got a chance. So you're saying there's a chance.
Well, we won't have. If we get them, if we move up to get that chance, we know we want to have home field. We have to be moving around a lot.
We'll be home field if we get to the fucking Super Bowl.
It won't be the first time.
But if we get on a roll, like we started that roll already, then we could.
Let's just put up 63 points for the rest of the year, though.
When we do that shit, I'm gonna go back every day to that restaurant. Know that kid said, "I'm go. Oh, we didn't have a chance."
Huh?
What'd you
I took a picture of what I wore. I took a picture of what I wore on Thursday. I'm gonna wear the same exact shit. And if we win again, I'm gonna do it again.
We're the lucky draws.
Precise, the whole outfit, shit.
Well, what was good was that, it was a Thursday game, and then me and the wife, we were like separated, right? Because I was watching my game on Sunday. I was just watching all the games because I was more in fantasy mode. So I go, you know what, babe? I go, us being away from each other when football, when our teams play and stuff, I think that's a good idea. So I can't be in there with you. And then I wasn't in there, and then Dallas. You know what I mean? Well, no, I don't like that idea. I go, hey, I ain't gonna be with you. I ain't gonna be hanging around there saying I told you so. I told you so. Look, told you so.
I gotta put some price picks in.
The pick'ems is gonna be drastic move because I heard there was a drastic change in the pick'em show.
Drastic change, bro.
Me, Gabe, and Lo have a pick'em show tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, what, 7:20?
Those of you keeping track, if anybody is, y'all know.
Yeah. Even I forget. So I go 7:20, 8:20, 9:20, something 20. So
no. I'm talking about y'all know. I'm talking about if you're keeping track, y'all know how the weekend went in picks.
Yeah, I wish I was gonna change my pick, but I get on Low so much.
Shows at 7:20. Yeah, shows at 7:20 for sure. But yeah, hey,
changing my pick.
You and Low went tied. You guys went tied. That's all I'll say.
Well. Save it for that day, but I know I didn't do. I know I didn't do that good, but I thought I was, but didn't pan out that way.
It was 4 of us.
I ain't having the wise.
One person did good, really good.
And who's that guy?
I don't know.
I can tell by it. I can tell already. I can tell already.
I got my get back. But hey, only 3 more weeks left, and it's close still. It's still close.
Man, this football season went by so fast, bro.
Hell,
you know what I mean? I wish it could go on more.
This total year went by fucking fast, bro. Like the draft. I mean, since the draft, everything like this whole year just flew by, bro. We're already fucking couple days till Christmas. Damn, that's crazy, bro. We're there. We're already 2024.
Raiders in effect.
I can see 2024, bro. I can already see it.
You can see it didn't come fast, but the season went by fast. It just took forever, for this season to start. Now it went by so fast.
Of course, it didn't come fast. I don't.
It came fast.
It
took forever. It took forever.
I don't come fast.
I don't do. We talk about that, bro. Come on.
This fucking shit.
You trying to? Yeah, I was like, you brought this show to a hoe. You brought this show to a hoe. What's the pause
3 minutes fast? That's a heavyweight 1 round bout.
That's all you need. Yeah, you do, boy. Kids been made in. Kids have been made in 1 round, bro. Kids have been made in 1 round fights.
I never pause with Shirley.
Big Shirley be going an hour.
exactly how he said. That's a heavyweight 1 round bout. Like, you don't get your nut. It's just shit out of luck with me.
This show turned a whole different direction. Look at the chat watch.
Doing all that hollering.
All I said, this turned into a lunatic show. I got one thing to say. Happy birthday to Raiders Allegiance Lunatic, aka Lunatic. I don't know how old he is, but happy birthday, young man.
I think he's
like
65.
You don't age, bro. He looks like he's like 30 fucking something, and he's like 102. Fucking vampire.
Hey, he about 65.
I think a vampire. I think I'm a vampire, bro.
I haven't really figured it out because he don't go into the 70s. He don't go into the 70s Raider games.
Fucking Blade. I'm gonna call him Blade.
Yeah. Well, hey, you got nothing but to do but get older. But I hope you have a great birthday, homeboy. I seen your show this morning a little bit late, and that was cool that you. It was cool that you. Yeah, I heard that. It's cool that you brought that video up and you went to that game and stuff. That was straight up.
Well, from a while back.
I remember those days in Oakland, man, when it was that loud and we were that dominant, especially from a win. It was cool. So it was great in Oakland, man. I love going there. No matter how shitty that BART ride, that over the ramp, over the bridge, and hit that BART right there, man. That was the nastiest BART ride ever that I ever did. I did it twice, but man, that the amount of alcohol and jumping around I was on that BART, it was crazy. But those are special days. Now we're all fancy and bougie when it comes to the Raiders. In Las Vegas.
They cleaned it up though.
There ain't no one there. So they cleared the BART. They cleared the BART because they don't have no more Raider games over there.
Yeah.
That's why it's clean. They were, thank God, man.
Yeah. Because on game day, you was packed in there like a sardine trying to get to the game, boy. You was shoulder to shoulder in that BART.
Yeah.
No problems. It was great. That was special. I wish they could do that in Vegas. You still can. We still can. But we just got to get up to it. We got to win.
In Vegas. I took the one from the Excalibur to Mandalay Bay.
Okay.
It's like a little train you take, and it takes you over there, and then right when you get off of Mandalay Bay, you take that little walk over the bridge.
See, that's what I don't want to do.
Yeah, that little walk.
I don't want to go over the bridges
because I did that, and the amount of walk that you do to go over that bridge and to make it to the fucking tailgate area is like a mile and like almost 2 miles, like 1.8 miles. I looked at it on the fucking map. Like 1.8 miles, almost 2 miles.
It's hella far because the lot J is like the farthest.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
From that bridge. It's the furthest from that bridge. So like if you're going in and you're just gonna go to like that little area right there where they're still tailgating and shit, but it's like where like they have like the kids zone and all of that shit right there, then it's cool because you're just walking over the bridge. That's it. But to make it on the other side of the stadium to go get to the fucking tailgate area, oh damn. That's why it's best to just get an Uber and get dropped off at the there's a Chevron across the street on Russell and something, and you get dropped off right there. It's across the street from J-Lock. And you get picked up there too after the game too.
Fakazi, man, thanks for coming on. What's up, bro?
Because
we get about 2 hours. We get 2 hours in.
Yeah, we still got a show later on today.
Too. We got a show at Raider Nation Live show. Y'all hop on that. Twuan, if you're doing anything, let anybody know if you're gonna do anything upcoming or what's up, bro.
Yeah, man. Thanks for definitely having me on. It was a good time to, it's always a good time to talk with my brothers. I will be dropping a video. Stay tuned for a video. Who Ate the Brown Crackers. That is Who Ate the Brown Crackers in regards to the Chargers game. So definitely stay tuned for that. That'll be dropping later on tonight. So just keep your eyes out over there at Raider Twuan. Okay, you guys, if you guys are on Gravy's channel, definitely you guys, hey, come over to Raider Twuan, quit playing with yourself, and subscribe.
Yes, sir.
And besides your your wake and bakes, Gabe, anything else you want to, or besides everything that we do together, you have wake and bakes too. So you got
Yeah, that's
anything
we
to
doing
talk
that.
about?
You know, we're gonna do the smoke out tomorrow, the pick'em show, tomorrow Wednesdays, and then probably most likely, since we don't have a Friday show, scheduled, we're probably gonna do a wake and bake on Friday mornings and shit like that. You know what I mean? So probably like after Loon and them shit could go. You know what I mean? I'll probably go like you guys go on you go on Thursdays, right? The 2 for 1 show is it
Yes,
Thursdays?
two
It's
two
just
for
2 for 1,
one.
right?
I forgot to plug that 2 for 1 Nation podcast with me, Raider Twuan, and Eric from the SE Raiders Talk. I still trying to get his name right. SC Raiders Talk Thursday at 2:30 p.m.
Yeah,
So
for
on
sure.
Thursday 2:30 p.m. Stay tuned for that, and that will be on the Raider Twuan channel and also SC Raider Talk. So either one,
Forgot
click
to
the
say
like
the
button.
experience. You forgot to say
Yes,
the
sir.
experience.
Yeah. Yeah. So keep a lookout for that too. And then yeah, Friday mornings we'll probably go like around 10 to 10:30. You know what I mean? Somewhere around there. So we go. We'll have a wake and bake show. You know what I mean? And then Mondays, I don't know if I think Gravy wants to do that. The stogies with gravy. You know what I mean? Monday mornings gravy or what?
With what, bro?
With the stogies with gravy.
Yeah, I'm keep them. I'm keep. Wanted to do in the mornings, but
Yeah.
if
Whenever you can, dog. Whenever you can, do shop. But I know for sure
yeah,
on Fridays
I'll
I'm gonna
drop
do
it.
the
I'll drop it. I did some shopping and stuff.
yeah, for sure. And on Friday, I'm gonna be doing the wake and bakes. Just it's Friday. You know what I mean? Perfect day to wake and bake. You know what I mean? Even if you don't, you know what I mean? Perfect day just to wake and just talk some Raiders. You know what I mean? So, regardless, we'll be out here. You know what I mean? We'll be talking some Raiders on Fridays, and it's perfect days. You know what I mean? Especially coming these last 3 weeks where you'll have more of an understanding of who's playing during the week. You know what I mean? Who's gonna be playing, who's not. You know what I mean? Because it's the final injury report on Friday. So yeah, man, we're gonna be doing that too. So keep a lookout for that. But yeah, that's it, man. Just Raider Gate 420 for sure.
All right, guys. Everybody, thanks. Salute to the chat. Salute to you guys for being on with me. I think we got in some good game with the Raiders, and it's still early. Got a couple more days to to get at this and
Sure.
dissect this Kansas City game and see what's going on, and then we'll get back to you in the long run. Thanks everybody for being on.
Peace out.